This is a quick tour video for people who like older film cameras, and it features a camera that I use quite a bit called a Mamiya-6. It makes 12 6x6 centimeter exposures on 120 roll film, and the particular model I have dates back to about 1957. It has, like other rangefinder cameras, two windows in the front. One is the main viewfinder, and the other is for the rangefinder. The way they work is when you're looking through the camera, you see straight through the viewfinder window. The rangefinder window is set up so that the view through it can be angled as you focus at different distances. The problem with doing this on a folding camera has always been, how do you couple the rangefinder, which is in the camera body, to the lens, which is several inches in front of it, with a mechanism that still gets out of the way so that you can fold up the camera. Normally, with a traditional camera, you think about focusing as involving moving the lens in and out to change its distance from the film plane. Mr. Mamiya did things exactly backwards. He kept the lens fixed so it can be nice and sturdy, and he made the film plane move in and out as you use this focusing control on the back. And it eliminated the need to design the coupling mechanism so it could fold, because the whole system stays put in the back and doesn't need to connect to the lens at all. Because of this clever system, loading the 6 is a bit unusual, so I'm going to show you how to load it. To hold the film securely in place while this moving in and out business is going on, there's a slide-on pressure plate that keeps the film nice and flat. If you're looking for a 6 to buy, it's really important to make sure that this plate hasn't gotten lost, because if you don't have it, it's almost impossible to do anything with the camera. Another thing about loading almost any roll film camera of this era is that there's a way to retain the spools, and in the 6, that consists of these two pivoted catches down at the bottom. Presumably, if you're ready to load, you already have an empty spool, which you put on the left side and engage in the cog at the top and lock it in place by folding this catch in. For your fresh roll, you do the same thing on the right side. You slide the film in so that it lines up with the spindle on the top, lock it in place with the spool lock, and then catch hold of the leader and draw it across, making sure it goes under these two retainers for the pressure plate. You just pull it across, slide the leader into the slot on your empty spool, and then slide the pressure plate on. Now your film is loaded and locked in place. A lot of roll film cameras had somewhat inconvenient arrangements for keeping track of how many exposures you've shot and where you need to stop the film while winding, but the 6 is much better than most. As you can see, as you're loading, you look at this white dot inside the film chamber. When you're starting the film on the spool, you turn the winding knob until this black arrow, which is coming up, lines up with the dot. Once you've done that, you can close and lock the back. From here on, frame counting is handled automatically by this little window under the wind knob. All you've got to do is turn the knob till it stops. The number 1 will appear in the window, and you're ready for your first exposure. Another nice feature of this particular Mamiya-6 is that it's one of the later models called the Automats, which means that it cocks the shutter automatically as you wind the film. That may not sound like a big deal now, but up until about the 1950s, most cameras that used inland shutters had to be cocked separately by moving a little lever. The 6 still has that lever, but it has a linkage in the bottom that, as you wind the film, moves a ring that cocks the shutter automatically. Of course, by the standards of modern medium format cameras, all these features are still fairly primitive, but the old 6 has one thing going for it that many newer cameras don't. Once you've got it loaded, cocked, and ready to go, all you have to do is fold it up. You've got a little package that'll fit easily into a coat pocket, a small bag, or a carry-on case, and you're ready to go make high-quality medium format pictures.